we're coming up on the end of the year. Why not go out with a bang, you know?
Why not?
Yeah.
That's what we've been thinking.
Why not bring in a huge DLC for people to play around with? Why we call it an expansion is because, you know, you've got the new dinosaurs, there's some new variants, there's some new skins in there.
There's lots of new dinosaurs and variants, but not only is there that.
Yeah.
We have a campaign.
We have a new campaign.
Right. So what we've done is we've created a narrative set just before the events of the film, set in that area of Malta, using some of the characters from those scenes. So Soyona Santos, Barry Semben, and obviously we have Cabot Finch coming back as well, because he's our character and we love Cabot.
Everyone loves Cabot.
Exactly. So you can be working with them, and as well as DeWanda Wise as Kayla Watts. So you can be working with these characters and Cabot especially to kind of create dinosaur enterprises in the Mediterranean. So there's we have 3 different islands, and you can be working through a story, working with these characters to build some enterprises for Cabot, because he wants to, as he always does, he's all about the money, and he thinks the only way to make money is to make dinosaur parks. So you'll be working with these characters to build these parks, and kind of working with the dinosaur black market. We call it the Dinosaur Exchange in the game, to acquire different dinosaur eggs, different genomes, different dinosaurs, and bring these parks to life and make money. And you'll be able to kind of move between the different levels in an interesting way. So it's a non-linear campaign. So unlike our previous campaigns, which are kind of level 1, level 2, level 3, as it were, in this case, we've gone non-linear. We kind of give you the option to move between the levels at times. We added a way for you to move those dinosaurs between your parks. If you've got dinosaurs on the first island and you want to move them to the second level, we needed a way to do that. And what we've got is we have a cargo ship. So you will put your dinosaurs inside the cargo ship, and depending on, you can then move to one of the other islands and remove it from the cargo ship. So it's kind of a holding place for you to move your dinosaurs between them. So you can put them there, do something else, and then always you can pull them back out when you need. And from the cargo ship, you can also send your dinosaurs to the Dinosaur Exchange as well. So if you're kind of looking to move on one of your dinosaurs, you can put them in the cargo ship and then send them onto the exchange.
So there are 3 levels across the Mediterranean. So we start off in Malta, and then we go to
we've got
places.
one that's set in kind of Corsica, one that's set in the Greek part of the Mediterranean as well. We have one is kind of an island, one is a bay, and one is a more open level as well. So we have 3 distinct looking levels, different kind of looks and feels. The second level is my favourite one. We've got a natural lagoon in that one. So we've shaped the lagoons, which are normally kind of built by the player in those modular ways, but we've shaped that into the environment itself. So you've got this kind of big open area of water that you then going to put your marine reptiles in that you need in the campaign. It's an open body of water, we went and rebalanced some of the territory requirements of our marine reptiles, so it will be a bit easier to get multiple marine reptiles in that space.
So for these 3 islands, is progression the same across all 3 of them? Does it cross over?
There's going to be some bits that are persistent and some that aren't. So, for instance, your scientists and your money are fixed to the island that you have them on or earn them on, but you have everything else will be persistent across the levels. So what you have there is an opportunity to utilise that in ways to, if you are low on money on one island, you can go to a different island, kind of do some more research, do some more dinosaurs, and then use the cargo ship to bring dinosaurs onto the island that you're low on money, and then utilise them there to gain some more money or improve the park and increase the rating. So you won't be. That means you can be a bit more flexible in how you're going to deal with the challenge. If one of your parks isn't successful, you could always go back to one of your previous ones that is now successful and improve that, and then utilise the benefits of what you've been doing there.
Campaign maps will be immediately available in Sandbox mode if you have purchased the DLC. So if you would like after purchasing the DLC, you can immediately jump into Sandbox mode, mess around with these levels, see how they look, see
put
how
the new dinosaurs in, drop them.
Yeah, we're not going to talk so much about narrative. We're going to talk a bit about the mechanics. You mentioned the Dinosaur Exchange. Yeah. How does that work exactly?
So, in the Jurassic universe, in the films, dinosaur creation is still kind of kept to certain organisations. So obviously Jurassic World was Masrani, and in Jurassic World Dominion, Biosyn are predominantly the dinosaur creators of new dinosaur species. Obviously you have all the natural ones that escaped out of Lockwood Manor at the end of Fallen Kingdom, but the dinosaur creation, it was only kept to kind of Biosyn. So in this campaign, we wanted to reflect that, because the dinosaurs, there will be no hatcheries. So the dinosaurs, there's no hatcheries to begin with, but a lot of the dinosaur creation is done is acquired by acquiring the Dinosaur Exchange until you learn the technology of hatcheries yourself. So you're utilizing the exchange to acquire dinosaurs that you might not have access to through the research system, or new eggs, or new genomes as well. So it's a different way of acquiring dinosaurs from our usual way of expeditions and research trees and hatcheries and things like that. So you can be able to buy things from the exchange, but you're also going to be able to sell things to the exchange as well. So there's a marketplace now that of people wanting specific dinosaurs or specific dinosaurs with certain traits, and if you're creating those yourself and selling them to the exchange, you're going to get benefits. Building reputation with two different factions. We have it's building trust with them. So you have the underground and you have the authorities, and depending on your trust with these two factions, it will affect what you're going to be able to unlock and what get access to. Again, it's a very similar thing we did with Jurassic World Evolution 1 with the three different factions there, but we have two in this one, and depending on who you're leaning into and utilizing a lot more, you'll get access to different things.
Jump into some of that here. So this obviously is the map with the natural lagoon, as you can probably tell.
Yep.
The natural lagoon right here, and it's even called Natural Lagoon.
Kind of a plateau up the hill for kind of a bigger park, if you wanted, of land-based dinosaurs if you want, and then you have a kind of, there's a path here that leads you exactly where you need to be, but it allows you to have a separate area for your land-based stuff, but also then you can have an area focused around your lagoon. So if you're creating amenities around the viewing galleries in the lagoons, there's space for that, but there's a big space up here for your kind of more bigger operations and bigger enclosures if you want.
And since people are asking and obviously want to know this stuff, like this is the general size of the this particular map.
A lot of the buildings that we had in Jurassic World Evolution 2 have been a certain faction, a certain company are making them from scratch, whether it was Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, DFW, Bison. It's kind of, these corporations are building them for a specific purpose. But with the Malta buildings, Malta's kind of been around for hundreds of years, so we had to think about
the country itself.
You're going to be. We kind of think of it like people are retrofitting existing buildings, architecture to be a new purpose. So it's been great to explore how we would use things like buildings or shipping containers and industrial warehouses, and think about how people might use those or crib those together to be a certain function. It's been really great building this building set. It's been everything. Every time I saw progress on this one, it's been very heartening to see how unique it feels and how it looks not only in itself and fits with the decorations that we have and how they all can kind of connect together, but also compared to the other sets that we already have as well. But this one has its own one as well. So
yeah, they're all very unique from each other, and I think that's one of the strengths that the game has as well. The fact that you can kind of tell at a glance, oh, this is DFW, this is Malta, this is this is this, this is this.
And same with the vehicles as well. So the capture team, the medical team, the mobile vet unit, and the ranger teams, again, looking into how we can take our vehicle styles, our vehicles, and kind of make them fit into that Malta feeling as well. So.
And of course, you've got Malta versions of the different attractions, so the viewing galleries, aviary viewing galleries, lagoon viewing stands. You've got a nice little truck tour, which
I like that one.
I love the look of this building. Like it is exactly how I pictured it to be.
It's just a double-doored garage. And it's a tour. And we wanted that kind of feel. Everything in this building set feels like that.
Yeah. This hotel as well, really, really cool, with a nice swimming pool in the middle there as well. Is the aviary dome unique to?
Yes.
Yes, because
we had. It was very good taking. It was great taking the kind of the metal aviary dome and just rusting the whole thing. So we're just going to make it all rust. But that it's just such a striking.
The very sort of red iron.
The redness to it.
Look of it, I think, is really, really good. I think we can take a look at some of the. There's some new decorations as well, I believe. Yes. Things like storage.
There's no filter on this menu per set, so it's What I really like about these decorations, because the way that Malta's kind of stonework works is there's a lot of crumbled down parts of some of our buildings, and we created some of the decorations to fit that, so you can kind of have a nice almost straight line of buildings and using the decorations in some of those gaps to almost build a contiguous front of them.
And it won't swim away, just so you're aware.
Yeah, it's going to stay within the bounds of this level, but it's got a big water body for it to explore and be happy.
Because I saw that was a question in chat, like will it swim away? No, it will not. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. So yeah, that is the boundary right here. Here we go with the Atrociraptor. Obviously, like you said, full suite of body and pattern colors. Yep. As well as the null pattern or off pattern, blank pattern, which makes it look, you know, like this. Just having like a full sort of suite of them run out with the different body colors, with the different pattern colors.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, it's so good looking. They just look absolutely incredible. And here's the tiger, ghost, panthera, and finally red.
But yeah, I love all of these. I think for me, definitely the Death Valley body color is one of my favorites. Probably with the black is very, I love this tracking. It reminds me of many realistic animals in Animal Kingdom. So
it's kind of, it reminds me of, a little bit of a cheetah almost, like the same sort of yellow pattern with the sort of little black-orange spots and things like that. But yeah, there's a huge variety of different coloration, both in terms of, both in body and pattern colors as well, which leopard skin, yeah, absolutely, that too. So it's certainly, you can have a lot of different options when you're adding the Atrociraptor to your
Thank you for allowing me to partake.
Of course, I got to say, your lighting skills a lot better than mine. I should probably mention that there's not going to be a laser targeting device in this expansion that you can point to things. They will sort of just run around and act like you know, like they are dinosaurs in a
very tricky to keep happy. Is that, you know, they're raptors in kind of half name, so they are still very tricky to manage. So you need to make sure you keep them happy, otherwise they'll escape and try and eat your guests, which is never good. It's never a good thing for a successful park.
Yes, here we go. Lystrosaurus appears in the black market scene in Dominion, I believe.
Yes, it does. It's part of the underground part of Malta. And I like the Lystrosaurus is really cute. I would say I love it, like all of my dinosaurs.
Yes, so the Oviraptor, which was, it means egg thief, now known to be an omnivore. And will it be an omnivore in the game?
Yes. We've been working on systems on how we can, normally we have herbivores or carnivores. We've kind of worked on systems on having the opportunity for omnivores to exist. So something like this will be able to eat from the grass or some of your meat feeders.
Speaking of the Moros Intrepidus, here it is.
Natural segue.
One of the smallest Tyrannosaurids to have Tyrannosaurids, excuse me, to have ever existed. Fraction of the size of its famous relative, the T-Rex. And it's just
really is a fraction. It's a tiny fraction.
It looks like a tiny little T-Rex.
Yeah, this picture has not done the justice of how small this is in Jurassic World Evolution.
One thing that I really wanted to show off was the 2022 Carnotaurus, which you can see here, which I think is nicknamed Demon by the community, if I'm not mistaken. And so what I did was I put Demon together. Oh, it's sitting. Yes, it's doing the sit. Yes. Oh, and it goes to sleep. That's go great. So yeah, I wanted to show off Demon Carnotaurus.
Here we've got the 2022 Dimorphodon from the Malta Expansion.
I wanted to show off what it looks like because it's so teeny tiny.
It is tiny compared to the other one.
It is very, very small, but that's what I like about them. So I think, compared to
the much
this
bigger,
this is a full-size one, and then we have a 2022 variant here, and I like it a lot. So I just wanted to end on that, I think, and so that is what we're gonna. I think that's gonna do it for this here live stream. And then over here we have one with the mangrove forest and the Pelophylax.
Good pronunciation.
Pattern coloration, so you can see a little bit what they look like in comparison to each other. Oh, is it gonna go for the goat? Yeah, it's gonna go for the goat. Go! Eat the goat! Oof. I don't think I'd actually seen that behavior before. I don't think I'd seen it actually tramp
the animators have a lot of fun.
Free Update 5 coming out on December 8th will be available to everyone who owns the Jurassic World Evolution 2 base game. The Jurassic World Evolution 2 Dominion Malta Expansion, of course, is a paid DLC with some amazing new dinosaurs and some new features. And we're going to get to that a little bit later. And I think the first thing that we can jump into is a bit of challenge mode.
Yeah.
So in challenge mode, there are now 5 new DFW campaign levels as challenge maps. We've jumped into the challenge mode menu here. So whereas some of the sort of earlier campaign levels are very much, hey, build a park and then reach 5 stars and then you're done. These are more sort of specific scenarios. So you've got your Arizona Breakout, you got your Washington State Wreckage, your Pennsylvania Headquarters, your Oregon Aviary, and of course your California photography mission, because there's a lot of quality of life updates in this as well. First, we're going to talk about the dinosaur environmental needs, because we already know, like, when we take care of our dinosaurs, they have, you know, different needs that they need fulfilled in order to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And when it comes to building an enclosure, we have to consider all of these little things. So now there's a neat little highlighter to show us what plants they like.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a toggle.
Yes. So right now, at least on the controller here, if I hit right stick, that will show off these liked plants. And I think that's a really, really neat little thing, because it shows you then, you know, what inside this territory is positive, what inside this territory can you make changes to, for example. I think there's something for the transport helicopters as well.
Yes, exactly.
So I've prepared a tranquilized Parasaurolophus here. So I think we can jump into this this transport here and talk a bit about some of the new icons that we're seeing here.
Yeah, so you can see the little billboards above the dinosaurs. So there's like a minus above these ones over here. There's a little flag on some of them. And then I think if you kind of fly around the park, you'll be able to see some little blue hearts over there, for example.
That's adorable.
Yeah, so this is in reference to their cohabitation relationship. So the blue hearts means that they like each other. The gray lines just mean that they're fine with each other. They don't really care that much.
They're neutral, yeah.
And then I don't think you have any dinosaurs that they dislike in this park.
Yeah,
but
I think right now it's neutral or like. I think is the thing here.
But there's also an icon for dinosaurs that don't like each other, which is red.
Yeah.
And then the little flags means that they're the same species.
All right. So also, I think we can talk about there's another dinosaur highlighter for things like the capture teams.
Yes.
So if I go in here, like right now, obviously I can see the icons, but it's still a bit tricky sometimes to see certain dinosaurs. For example, they can be hidden behind trees.
Yeah, and they blend into the environment.
Yeah,
they're well camouflaged.
Yeah, Coelophyses, very small generally, but we have a highlighter here as well, so I can very easily just be like, let me see where all the dinosaurs are. And then this works for all kinds of park teams, so not just the capture teams, but also for the ranger teams in case you need to do something with them, and also for the mobile veterinary unit as well. So can you talk a bit about some of the sort of behavioral changes to the tiny dinosaurs?
Yeah, so we've given them some new animations, so they're able to do jump attacks now. I believe they're able to attack other dinosaurs, and I think also guests.
And I think they also should avoid running into water if they can help it. They'll still run up to water and drink it, obviously.
Yeah, so they won't look like they're drowning because they're too small for the water.
Yeah. I do believe that they also should no longer just immediately like bowl over guests or vehicles in case anything happens.
Exactly.
I know some people are really interested in seeing them, so I have some 2022 Dreadnoughtus here that I've decked out with some new body and pattern colors. I think they look really, really neat, and this was a way for me to showcase how different they can look. Yeah. Because that was also one of the things that the community discussed when we announced this. Like, oh, how will they actually look? How will these variants actually look when you add new body and pattern colors? And these should, most of them, be the Pierce variant, but also then with different body colors, different pattern colors. And then we have a regular Pierce variant over here without any changes. Yeah. And again, you can just see there's a wide variety of different options that you have, and they can look, even though they have the same basic shape, same basic look to them, they can all be very different and unique. It really highlights the differences they can have, because like just these two, like totally night and day. Again, just because I wanted to showcase what these look like when you use the. Because this should be the, this is the 2015 variant that I have here with all these different body and pattern color options. And I gotta say, they look absolutely stunning.
Yeah, they look so good. They're very bright.
Yes, absolutely. And it's just, they really stand out. And then, put these in with the other ones as well. You have the difference in design, the difference in size, the different colors, all that good stuff. I think is really a really cool little addition to the game. And when you then create these in a hatchery, it is just a very simple matter of there's the Dreadnoughtus right there. So if you then hit Modify Genome, you can then see in the UI where it says here, you can choose the body variant. So either you can do the default and then choose what you want. You could do the 2022 variant and then choose random, or just the regular 2022 variant.
Yep.
And then you can also do random for everything. Of course, full set of patch notes and a full changelog on December 8th when this update becomes available.